Day to all of you present here. Well, I'd like to welcome you, and today the topic that I've chosen for you is based on what the audience has requested me to do. Well, they say when you have a YouTube channel, you need to engage with the people who are paying attention to you, and that is what I'm going to do today. So the topic I've chosen for today is something that is very common to all of us, something that we all experience again in our everyday life, or rather on a day-to-day basis, and it is none other than anger. One of the best ways to explain any topic is through a story. And right enough today to explain to you the concept of anger and how we could move away from it or avoid it is through a story. It's pretty simple. So once upon a time, there was this lady who was known to be full of anger, a very quarrelsome person who always picked a quarrel because something or the other angered her. And because of that quarrelsome attitude that she had, it would bring in a lot of negativity in her house, amongst her family members and near and dear ones, thereby spoiling everyone's mood. And the best part about all of this, or rather the unfortunate part of this, was that immediately after the quarrel or after getting angry, she herself would feel very guilty for what she had done. But she never had the face to apologize about it, and she never felt that she could ever control this attitude of hers. So in the days to come, while she was around and about doing her stuff outside the house, she met with this monk. Happened to ask her how is she doing, how is her life going, and how are the things going on a daily basis. And she said, why not confide in him, because after all he's a monk, right? So she happened to tell him about her quarrelsome attitude, about her anger related issues. She said that every little thing gets her very upset, very angry, because of which she starts a quarrel with somebody or the other, whether it's a close friend, a family member, or anyone else, even in the market area. So she asked the monk, what is it that I can do to change this attitude of mine? Because I feel very guilty after I get into a fight with someone because of the nature of me being angry. So the monk said, here's something that I have for you, but you got to follow it religiously, as in you got to sincerely follow this, and it should work for you in a week or two. So he gives her a small bottle of medicine, and he tells her, you got to take 2 to 3 drops of this whenever you get angry, whenever you feel the anger, whenever you're about to fight with somebody. Just open the bottle, pour about 2 to 3 drops of the medicine onto your tongue, and wait for about 10 minutes. Do not say anything in those 10 minutes. It is very important that you just take those 2 to 3 drops and not say a word for the 10 minutes. So the lady went back home, and whenever she felt this anger or felt like fighting or quarreling with somebody, she actually used the medicine and followed the instructions of the monk. In about 7 days' time, whether you believe it or not, her anger related nature that she had, it changed completely. She stopped picking a quarrel unnecessarily with others, and she managed to control her anger. So a few days from then, when she noticed that her nature had changed, the monk actually came back to her house to find out as to how things were going, whether the medicine worked on her or not. And she said yes, it definitely worked. So the monk actually told her, the medicine that you were taking, it was just water. So every time you took 2 to 3 drops of the medicine thinking that something would help in terms of your anger, it was nothing but plain water, the water that you drink on a daily basis. And she was shocked. So he further explained to her that all I told you to do was whenever you are angry, which is the most precise moments that could make or break the situation, I told you to be silent. All you did when you took those 2 to 3 drops of water was you remained silent for 10 minutes, and that is what made the difference. Now that difference actually stopped you from even bringing in the negativity that used to bring about to your family members or anyone around you because of your quarrelsome attitude. So it was nothing but maintaining silence in those moments of passion, or rather anger. Things we can take from this is that silence is golden, silence is bliss, and it all revolves around silence when you get angry. Now, a little away from the story, what happens to us when we get angry is sometimes, or most of the times, we really tend to lose our composure. Our mental ability to think gets switched off and our emotional ability gets switched on. We tend to work on our emotions, thereby creating some of the most toughest and roughest situations that we will ever have. And we can sometimes never come back from it, because of which we go through a guilt trip throughout our lives. So the next time you get angry, please remember, take a few drops of medicine. And what is that medicine? Well, it is silence. Keep silent and see the magic happen in your life. Now it becomes a little easy for me to talk to you about this because I was one who faced similar issues in anger. I can be somebody who can be really angry when something doesn't work my way. But yes, verbally I can be pretty strong. I wouldn't say abusive. I'm not abusive, but I'm very strong. But yes, having learned this, having understood this, I definitely try to practice this around me whenever I feel anger, and I'd like all of you to practice the same whenever you feel angry or you feel like quarreling with someone. Initially you will find it a little tough to follow, but eventually you will get a hang of it, and trust me, you will not regret having been able to control your anger and being able to prevent yourself from fighting with someone and creating a very nasty situation. So having said that, I would like to request you to, if you are watching the videos that I share, let's have some more engagement on the channel. Put in the comments what you would like to maybe hear next, or if you really like the video, what is it that you're going through, so we can share our experiences, because a lot of people watch the videos along with the comments that you'll post, and I'm really happy with the engagement that's going on. I didn't expect it at first, but it is going the way I would love to see it going. So continue to have the engagement. Do like, share and subscribe to the channel for more such videos on N.J.C blogs. Until next time, take care, stay safe and God bless.